Esports consists from two words, which is E and sports. E is a word that is rarely related to electronics, while sports is an activity involving physical exertion and skill, in which an individual or team competes against another for entertainment. So from that, we can conclude that esports is an area of sport activities in which people develop and train mental or physical abilities in the use of information and communication technologies. Brief history of esports. The first era of esports is from 1972 to 1989. The earliest known video game competition took place on 19th October 1972 at Stanford University for the game Spacewar, which is developed by Steve Russell. Basically, most of the video games on that period are arcade games. In the 1990s, online video game was introduced. Many games were benefited from the increasing of internet connectivity, specifically in the USA. There were also more large esports tournaments were held by this period. By 2010, the phenomenon of esports grew tremendously, mostly in the number of gamers and games. The prize money for the esports tournament will also increase. There were also a statistic from The Verge. By 2012, the number of major tournaments increased almost by 700%.
Esport is a growing area that offers several career options to people. This may not yet be common knowledge to everyone. There is still a misconception, especially in our country Malaysia, that playing video games is a waste of time and not valuable to a person's future career. But esports has offered a lot of opportunities to job seekers.
In these recent years, many companies are getting involved in esports than ever before. This means that more jobs become available. So, what kind of job are there in esports? Here are some examples. Firstly, a coach. A coach is a person involved in the direction, instruction, and training of a team. Secondly, a professional player. A professional player is the one who participates and competes with other players in a tournament or major. Lastly, caster. A caster is a person who needs big knowledge about a specific game to cast a tournament.
Impact of esports to the world economy. The coming year will see the esports economy grow to $969 billion, a year-on-year growth of 41.3%. As esports is becoming franchise, a spectator sports with the aim to engage their current fans and reach people.
Now, I will tell you about the advantages of esports. Esports can help someone become richer and his future brighter. For an example, Sumail, an esports player, Dota 2 had become millionaire when he was just 16 years old. Now his life is better than before.
Here is one of the disadvantages in esports. The career in esports will make the people not have enough time to spend with their family, especially in the important day. For example, the Dota 2 player named Midwan do not have a chance to attend the day when his father is sick due to a big tournament. He then only went back to his family after his father died.
One of the examples of esports game is Counter-Strike Global Offensive or CSGO, which become among the most well-known games in this world.
Why Malaysian players are not as professional as European players in Counter-Strike Global Offense. The parents in Malaysia try to avoid their children to become aggressive, therefore they will not allow them to play Counter-Strike or any games that related to killing. This leads to unprofessional style of a gamer. The parents think that playing game is not a profession. It will not make enough money for living on.
To sum up the discussion, I want to ask you all, did esports considered as a real sport? The answer is yes. In esports, a team needs plenty of time focusing on the strategic gameplay, just like the other physical sports like rugby. Next is esports players need a plenty of hours in front of their desktop, up to 12 hours a day. Means that they must have a fit body to keep them focused for a long time. Lastly, an elite esports player have a quick reflexes and minds. On average, pro gamers make more than 300 actions per minute, and even like sports such as tennis, they need a quick response in a short time.